Okay, so story time, I guess. So I got into martial arts when I was like a early teens, and I was playing rugby, and my favorite part of doing the rugby was tackling people. That's what I wanted to do the most, so I was like, maybe I should find something where I can just tackle people all the time. So I started doing judo in Scotland. So I did that for a long time, and I got my black belt in judo. And at this point, I got super into, like, MMA was just kind of starting off, and I got so obsessed with, like, Pride FC and all those guys like Sakuraba and Vanderlei Silva. I just kind of idolized these guys. And I wanted to go, and the dream was to become an MMA fighter. I wanted to go and, like, fight in Pride and do that. I was, like, the coolest for me. So I moved. When I was 18, I went to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where Greg Nelson trains. He trains with a bunch, he's produced a bunch of great champions. And so I was doing that, and I was competing in MMA. And so I met my wife through that, and I was fighting for like a title, and it was actually our first date that I invited her for this fight. So it was quite like high stakes. So fortunately, I won in the first round. I knocked the guy with a head kick, and now we're married. So it's good. We have two great children together. So that was really cool. And then I had some more fights, and my very last fight, it took place in this, it was like a big strip club, like with huge, like poles, floor to ceiling. It was like so crazy. And you're in the little ring, and I had a guy, and I was just like punching his face, just really doing it to him, and I just caught eyes with him for a second, and I thought, what am I doing here? What is this all about? So the dream was, I think at that point the dream was over. And then so my wife got accepted to school in New York, and she goes, we should go. I'm like, yeah, that'd be so cool. And I was like, oh, there's some great jiu-jitsu schools out there. And of course I was like, I want to go and train with Marcelo. Like, that would be sick. That'd be so cool. But I thought I should do my due diligence first, because I know there's a couple of great schools. So I went to another school up the road that some of you guys probably know, and I go down into the downstairs, and I was sitting in the waiting room, just kind of trying to catch someone's eye, and like, hey, what's going on? For like 20 minutes, and no one said anything to me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave. So I left. I came here, and it was just like instant, just warmth. And the energy in here is so good, and I never regret coming here when I can make it here, and I come here even no matter how my day is going. If I come here, I feel like it's a great success. My day is already a great success if I can do that. So thanks to Marcelo and all the brilliant coaches here for creating such a great culture and letting me be a part of it. And thanks to everybody here for being just a great training partner and super supportive. I really appreciate it. So.